So I'm trying to learn your method to pay less interest.
Okay.
I try to pay a little bit more into principal every month.
Hmm.
If I can reduce the interest, why not? So I want to learn your method to be able to do that.
All right. So, would you like to put some of your numbers on the screen and see what I would do if I had your mortgage? Would you like to take a look at that?
Yes, I will.
Okay, okay. So let's go ahead and I'm going to change screens here. So now I have an amortization schedule that's going to be coming up on your screen here in just a second. So, what was the original amount of money that you borrowed? It doesn't have to be exact.
About 230 thereabout.
About
Yeah.
230,000?
Mm-hmm.
That's close enough. Interest rate,
4%.
4%. Okay, and it was a 30-year mortgage?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to change that 6% to 40. And now what I'm putting on the screen is the principal and interest payment for $230,000. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly yours, but it's going to be close if your mortgage started out around $230,000. Okay. And how long have you been in the mortgage already, Inka?
No, I just got into it last April.
So you've made two payments on this already.
Correct.
All right. So let me scroll down here. I'm going to scroll down to listen, you got us at a perfect time, Miss Inka.
Yeah. I have another one that I've been paying from since last year
Okay.
that I got into last year. Yeah.
All right.
But the interest really annoys me sometimes that why am I paying so much in interest? And I came across your clubhouse. I said, okay, yeah, I can use this really.
Right. Let me go ahead and make these numbers just a little bit bigger. There we go. And now here's how much interest the bank wants if you keep this loan for 30 years. They want $165,000. Do you want to pay them $165,000 interest on the
No way.
230? No way. Okay. Because that is actually, if you look over here to the right, that's actually 71% of what you borrowed, 71.87%. So this is what
Mm-hmm.
we're attacking. All right. So let's take a look at this payment. And we're at payment number one right now. And you've made two payments so far. And the first one, $331 out of all the money you paid them, $331 went to principal, $766.67 went to interest. The rest of the money, if you're escrowing, went to taxes and insurance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now, how do you feel about the fact that out of the money that you gave the bank, only $331.39 went to your loan?
No, I don't feel good about it.
Okay. And about the $766.67 they charged you? Is that fair?
No.
Okay. Have you seen one of my videos before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So I'm going to have you help me here. Okay. Because as you help me, it'll help others and you'll learn the basics of this faster. Now, I also want to tell you that I'm just teaching the basics of how interest cancellation works. This is not my method. My method is
Okay.
education and using a computer program that does all the math that tells you exactly how much to pay, what month to pay it in, which loan to attack, what day to do it on, so we can figure out how much interest you can save. I mean, we're going to save you the maximum amount of interest per dollar if we do these exact movements. These, what I'm getting ready to show you, aren't exact movements. Okay.
Okay.
But at least you'll see, you'll leave here with something that you can start saving money immediately and know how much you're saving. Because right now, you're paying a little bit extra on your mortgage, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
All right. And you know you're saving time and you know you're saving interest when you do that, correct?
Yeah.
Here's my next question. Do you have any idea how much interest you're saving every time you do that?
Well, it says it's going to reduce my number of payments by, I think, 6 months or thereabouts.
Right? But do you
Yeah.
know how much interest is saving you?
Well, it showed me. I can't recall. Yeah, it showed me then.
Okay. So here's
Mm.
what most people see when they get a receipt, the bank never says, thank you for the extra money. Here's how much interest you saved. In 16 years I've been doing this, everybody said the same thing. They have no idea how much interest they're saving because nobody tells them. What if you
Mm.
could know though? Would it make a difference if you could know?
Yeah, sure.
Let me show you some things here. And by the time we're done, you're going to be able at least to figure out how you can save interest and how much interest with small amounts of money. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's say we make our first payment in May, correct?
June.
In June. We made our first payment in June. So we don't owe any more money until July, correct?
Yeah.
What is July's principal payment according to this schedule? Just the principal payment.
332.50.
Do we have to wait till July to give the bank that money?
I don't know.
Okay. You said you were paying extra. So let me ask you, do you have to wait till July to give them extra money?
No.
You can give that to them. So you could give them $332.50 in June if you wanted to, if you had it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you did, guess what? No interest comes out of that money. All of that money goes to principal, $332.50. And I would need you to see that they would subtract that from what you owe, and you're paid down to line 2 already, where you owe $229,336.11. You're already there if you give them that money in June instead of waiting till July. How about that?
Okay.
So you just got rid of line 2 on your schedule for only $332.50. You wiped it out. Your next mortgage payment for July is actually now on line 3, this one. So the third payment moves up. So you just changed 360 payments, monthly payments, into 359 monthly payments just by doing that, giving the bank money they were already looking for, but you gave it to them early. You disrupted the bank's timing, which made it impossible for them to charge you interest. Now, let's see how much interest you save by doing that, okay? The interest payment on line 2 is $765.56. But if we give the bank this money early and we're already on line 3, what happened to this $765.56?
It's gone.
It's gone. How do you like that?
Very well.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.